Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jonathan Perez, your representative Latinos Against Spooky Shit, with none other than...
Kellen, your boy.
We are the Spooky Guys.
Spooky.
And we're here to talk about spooky shit.
This one's actually spooky. Well, Missing 411 was fucking spooky.
Missing 411's terrifying.
Yeah.
That was our last episode, and it's... Again, the idea... I'm also trying to think of it from the perspective of, like, the people who got found. It's like, you have no memory of what the fuck was happening. That's horrifying. But yeah, Missing 411, fucking terrifying.
That was pretty spooky. I'm excited to...
I'm excited to branch out into more stuff now.
Obviously, we're recording this on the same day, so we haven't seen
They don't
the
fucking
reaction.
know that. We could have preemptively been like, thanks so much for all the love. Imagine
No.
we get a bunch of hate.
Yeah, everyone fucking hates that
Yeah,
episode.
right. No, but we're going to switch gears back into the supernatural because we're going to be talking about not the first haunting by any means, but one of the most notorious hauntings that inspired an entire generation. We're going to be talking about
The Tooth Fairy.
my bar mitzvah. No, we're going to be talking about...
Isn't that No, that's not a Jewish thing. Never mind.
It is,
We're good.
bar
Bar mitzvah?
Yeah.
That's a Jewish thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, shit.
What do you think it was?
Oh, a quinceañera. Mine was called a Super Sweet 16.
Isn't that only... Oh, no, you guys do it for either, right? Quinceañeras are specifically for girls.
I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, okay.
I didn't do anything for my 16th birthday.
Oh, except... Oh, never mind.
Except for what?
Mourn the loss of your father.
No, that was 2 years prior.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. Whew, I felt like an asshole for a second.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, man. Ronald Doe. Ronald McDonald. No, Ronald Doe.
Rolling dough.
He was named Ronald Doe, though, because they didn't know his full name. He didn't reveal his full name until well after, but this man is actually the inspiration behind the movie The Exorcist.
So, was he the one on the bed going, fuck me, fuck me?
Yeah, a lot of that has been exaggerated, but a lot of things were actually kept out of the movie that actually happened.
I don't think the fuck me part was exaggerated.
Yeah, he did. He also did not masturbate with a bloody cross, believe it or not.
Well, I gotta go freaking drain the spank bank now. Because
Yeah.
I just kept that in there forever.
Just on a loop.
Yeah, just beating it.
Jesus.
Just beat it.
Just beat it. It picked it up.
Hell yeah.
Oh, but no, we're gonna dive into who he was and kind of just everything that led to
Or what he was. I actually don't know anything about this
he
story.
was just a boy. But fun fact.
And he's just a girl.
I'm going to start at the end because for years, for decades, people didn't know who he was. People didn't know.
This is the first I've ever heard. So
Right. So, yeah, right. So people didn't know. Like, people knew the story of this boy that was possessed, but nobody knew his full actual name because they withheld it for privacy and security. But
they used to think women were possessed just for, knowing mathematics.
just for having an opinion. They would prescribe them cocaine and orgasms.
Orgasms. You know
It's
what?
true.
You need a good dickin.
You need, here's a bump, and here's yeah. Science has come so far. But
Not far enough.
he, stupid. He used to work for NASA. He actually ended up working for NASA, and he was terrified that people would find out who he was because this was national news. I mean,
Yeah.
a possessed boy kind of makes headlines, right? But he was so scared that his colleagues would find out who he was. He kept to himself mostly. He did end up burying. But during Halloween every year, they would leave town because he was afraid people would find out where he lived and then come harass him.
That's understandable. What year did he work for NASA?
He worked for NASA from, I believe... looking at the notes here. Because the possession stuff started in 49. So it was like from the 60s onwards till he retired.
So Satan got us to the moon.
God damn it.
That whole bit only would have worked if you gave me those years.
That's so stupid.
If you did it, I would have been like, oh, okay.
You were just going to let it go. You know what? Your commitment to the bit is commendable. That was good.
Thanks.
That was really good.
What episode was that? Commit to the bit?
Commit to the bit? That was like a second episode.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the first even.
What are you going to cut?
Your joke.
What? Why?
Just to piss you off?
No.
I'm not. It's a good joke.
You cut a really good one that I made out of the Mothman Part 1, and it made me sad.
Which one did I cut out?
I don't know, but the whole sequence when I was listening to it, it was either that or the Jersey Devil. I made a joke, and it didn't make sense. Because it was like... Oh, it was the one where I was thanking women for their cervix on Mother's Day, like as a joke.
Oh.
And then it literally cut to, hey, women, thank me for my service to our country. I'm like...
I forgot about that.
I just sound like a prejudiced fucking asshole.
Yeah, I thought I cut out the whole women part. My bad.
No.
I edited that wrong then.
I'm like, not only did he cut out a fucking hilarious joke, but he made me sound like a fucking misogynist prick.
Hey, women! For my service! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if that slipped through the cracks. I thought I edited it right.
So I think I should just handle the editing.
My bad.
From now
My bad.
On. That was horrible.
That was a bad week in editing for no other reason than me. Oh, well, Ronald Doe. Real name Ronald Edwin Hunkler. Yep.
Say that.
Ronald Edwin Hunkler.
Hunkler. Was he a hunkler?
Honestly, I saw a picture of him. And he was subjectively attractive for like a 30s kid. Like, it was one of those kids where you're like, okay, yeah, sure, I get it. I'd kidnap him.
Born in the 40s.
No. The possession happened in the 40s.
Oh.
He was born 30s.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they named him a bunch of different things. Roland Doe, Robbie Mannheim. Yeah, right. Everything just to protect his identity because he was just a kid.
Mannheim and Hunkler.
What a name. But everything was normal for Roland. Normal childhood, normal life.
I thought his
crazy.
name was Ronald.
Roland.
Oh, Roland Hunkler.
Yeah. Did I say Ronald?
You said Ronald.
Oh, sorry. It gets me. Pseudonym, Roland. Real name, Ronald.
Okay.
I'm going to get those confused. I'm going to just refer to him as Ronald from here now on.
It was Roland Doe.
Roland Doe, but Ronald Hunkler was his name.
Okay.
So we're just going to go with Ronald.
Or Hunk. We could just shorten
the Hunk? We're going to call him the Hunk. Yeah, immediately. As soon as you said it, I was like, done. So the Hunk, normal childhood.
Whoa, mama.
Oh, mama. Hey, pretty lady. 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 for the devil. Let's go, let's go. Because he got possessed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Took us to the moon. Just kidding. That was the Nazis.
That was Jesus. Well, there's a lot.
The Nazi scientist. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. He normal childhood, nothing crazy, right? Not like he wasn't born with a sign of the devil. There wasn't anything crazy at his birth. Normal upbringing, normal family. He had an Aunt Harriet who ended up becoming a huge influence for him.
I don't know how I feel about that name.
Harriet?
Harriet.
Does it make you think of Harriet Tubman?
Well, yeah, but I don't know. You don't really meet any Harriets.
No, this
nowadays.
is your Aunt Harry. I'm like, is she though? Like,
show me.
Jesus. Prove it. Damn. Show me. And she was a spiritualist who lived in Cottage City, Maryland. So she was very tarot card reading.
Yeah.
Spheres, reading the palm type stuff. Which the family was like, whatever, it's just Aunt Harriet being Aunt Harriet. Don't mind her. She's a little weird, but we like her. But she's the one that introduced the Hunk to the Ouija board.
Oh my God.
And other spiritualist practices. So they were very close. Got along. She taught him some of the stuff that she knew. And he ate it all.
Hey, Hunk, you want to know how to summon the devil? Sure, Harry.
Hey, Hunk, you ever done cocaine? Like, what?
You ever gotten super high and shot at people? Oh, Vietnam was way later.
Yeah. Your timeline's a little off. But Harriet passed away in late 1948.
Okay.
leaving the hunk despondent. He was very just torn apart by this. Mind you, he was born in 1935. I'm sorry if I didn't cover that. So he was 13 at the time for passing.
But I mean, obviously, if he was that sad, she was a big part of his life. But his parents were still
alive, still well.
I'm sure. I mean, at that time, they probably beat him and stuff. But
it was one of those things where they were not as involved as they could have been. She was the cool aunt. Like, who doesn't like the cool aunt, you know? Especially that lets you, like, deal with the devil. If my aunt let me shake hands with the devil, she'd still be in my life. So, she introduced him to the Ouija, other spirituals practiced. She passes away. Then, in early January of 1949, the hunk began experiencing supernatural phenomena in his family home in Cottage City, Maryland. This is after he decided to use a Ouija board to try to contact her. So homeboy's like, you know what? I'm gonna ghost dial my aunt.
No, I will never use a Ouija board.
Did I tell you my community?
They sent you.
They sent not just a Ouija board. This thing was old, like one of the old Ouija boards.
What
and
did it
they'd
smell
also
like?
Musky. And they'd also found it in a dead guy's house. Because one of the guys, I don't want to out him because he could get in trouble for it, but I believe he's a crime scene cleanup, and this is one of the things that they had from there. And he's like, I just took it. Do you want it? I'm like, don't you fucking send that to me. Jesus. So they sent it to me.
Nice.
Yeah. Thankfully, I had another follower who sent me a shit ton of Vicks, Fabuloso, and a little sage kit to cleanse my. This was when I was back in Reno, so I saged the fuck out of the office.
Did you leave it in Reno?
Yeah, I left it in the office.
Good.
Yeah. It's not for me. Yeah. Imagine it shows up, though, at the little studio here one day. Terrifying.
My wife would kill me.
Dude, my wife's going to be so upset. We let the devil in, bro. More scared of your wife than the devil. But a bunch of shit starts happening, right? Early January 1949. Including but not limited to scratching sounds from the floors and the walls. Unexplained dripping water from pipes and walls. Sudden movements of his mattress whenever he was in it. Whenever he would lay in it, it would jostle and jolt.
My sheets sometimes have, like, unforeseen movement when I wake up. Okay, serious note.
No, you can't deliver that line and be like, okay, real talk, though.
Real talk. So the other night, I was at work, and...
As one does.
There's the piano room.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm walking along the south hallway.
Yep.
And just doing my regular routine checks. And I hear the piano playing. I'm like, oh, okay. It was probably one of these fucking kids in the hotel right now playing this piano. I go and check. And I come around the corner into the atrium. And then there's another very sharp corner right into the piano room. The music stopped. I couldn't tell you what song it was. It was being played well.
Okay, and just to cover,
it wasn't like burn.
No.
Burn.
And this is is it a grand or a baby grand?
Grand.
Okay, and it's not one of the electric ones that you can set to automatically play.
So it's very old. You can tell how old it is. And so I walk in, nothing. I'm like, okay. So I walk out the other door because there's two entrances to it, and it's a very small room. I'm like, I didn't hear anybody running away, none of this. And we just got a fancy new camera system. So I'm like, okay. So I go back into my office. I go to the camera system. And you just see my fucking dumbass, like, looking around the corner, looking underneath tablecloths and shit, like, trying to find whoever was.
But nobody there.
And nobody fucking ran out of it.
That's great. Could you see, I don't know how good the camera is. Can you see the keys moving at all? Did you check?
No, I can't see the piano from the cameras.
From that angle? Okay.
Yeah.
Still, but fuck that.
The camera system is so fancy. It records in 360 degrees, and I can spin it live and watch people walking and, like, spin it on my own, like, freely.
Yeah.
But even if, like, I'm aiming, say, at the main entrance to the atrium, and I want to see what's going on behind it, but it was like 10 minutes ago, I can just flip it around and go back 10 minutes, and it still recorded it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's super cool, super handy, but
when
the piano thing really freaked me the fuck out.
When I was working at the casino resort that I did back in Reno, their camera system, each camera was $25,000.
Oof.
And they could read the license plate number at a mile away.
Dude, that's nice.
It was wild to be able to see that.
You can like register the sweat particles off someone cheating at poker.
It not to that degree, but what it did do is it could read, because every deck of playing cards that they used was stamped and had RDF or RDIF reading.
Yeah, I know.
Magnetic, whatever.
About, yeah.
So it could, from the ceiling, which was a giant vaulted ceiling, could read the cards from that distance and, and make sure that there was actual cards.
It emits a like little trace bit of light.
Same thing with the chips and everything. It could trace track where people. It was fucking wild to see this. I'm like,
That's
oh,
cool.
Ocean's 11 was not joking. Crazy.
Ocean's 11.
Like, they're not full of shit, but so kid's full of trauma from his aunt passing. Would you ever? And I know that you've experienced grief and loss with your father. I've experienced grief and loss with family members as well. Not to that extent, because I don't care about anybody enough. But would you go to the extent of using a Ouija board or trying to contact them in any way, shape, or form?
No.
They're dead. They're gone.
They're gone.
That's it.
I've seen my dad's ghost.
You said that's right. You mentioned that once.
Yeah, I have seen my dad's ghost.
Was it in an aquarium?
No, it was out at the canal where he drowned.
Jesus.
Aquarium. No, I went out there really late at night and it was super foggy. And I had the brights on my truck, old truck I had in high school. And I turned the brights off and we saw a figure. And then it was him and he walked right past the truck and he like looked inside and then kept walking. And me and my friend were like, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
So it wasn't just me that saw it.
Okay.
I had a few other people in the truck and they all saw him.
That's wild. And you've never seen him since? Was it a calming thing to see him, or did it make you more?
Well, it was weird because I felt like a pressure on my shoulder.
Okay.
Like someone grabbed my shoulder.
From the front or from the back?
Just I can't really describe it. Just grabbed me by the shoulder. Sure. Like very gentle, like grab, but nothing ever since. So. Yeah. But no, I would never use a Ouija board. Jesus, no. Because the Ouija board, you're not contacting your friendly neighborhood spirit.
You don't know who you're contacting. You don't know who's on the other end of the line.
Like, and I know it's gonna be a false. It's gonna be something that makes you believe that it's them.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna get you to invite them in, and then they're not gonna go.
And I know a lot of other people who listen to this are gonna go, "It's just a Ouija board. It was a game created by Hasbro in like the 40s." I get that. I personally think that it's not that it is innately evil. I just think that it is a medium and or a tool used.
I've just heard enough stories.
It's the intent behind it. Yeah.
Like
too much bad shit happens revolving around Ouija boards for me to ignore it.
When my ex's aunt's house burned down, and the only thing that survived was a Ouija board.
It's crazy.
And it was on a burned coffee table, like a pile of ash.
That's wild.
Yeah.
See, no, hard pass. Hardest of passes.
No, thank you.
So, good to know that you're never going to try to contact me when I'm dead.
No, I won't.
Piece of shit, whatever. But, so the family starts searching for help, right? Because all these things are happening to this kid.
Yeah.
Again, the bed's shaking. Anytime he's near a crucifix, it starts shaking violently until it falls off the wall. Like, it starts getting bad. And they're like...
yeah, it's trying to get him to... He wants them to fuck him with the crucifix.
Yeah, and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with our kid? Fucking...
Let me touch your prostate.
Let me touch your prostate. You know, his mom and dad are like, our kid's a fucking freak. We need to get help. So the hunks... plural, all of them... They consult doctors, psychiatrists. They even go to their local Lutheran minister. But no one's able to explain the phenomenon. Nobody's able to.
I'm surprised they didn't give him a fucking lobotomy with a 30 cal machine gun.
Right, or a bump of coke and an orgasm.
Fuck, seriously. I don't think orgasms were prescribed to men.
That feels sexist.
I'm just saying.
Oh, what? My insurance doesn't cover this? Fine. I'll do it myself.
My insurance doesn't cover this.
The minister at the Lutheran Church finally suggested that they seek help from the Catholic Church, though.
Yeah.
The Catholic Church notoriously never fucks anything up. Don't throw up the fucking gang sign.
Oh, yeah. My homies.
You got to do it with your arms. Yeah, there you go.
My homies.
Stupid. Oh, man. That's a t-shirt if I've ever seen one. Oh, man. So they go to Father E. Albert Hughes.
He probably never touched a child. Ever.
Which, again, the Catholic Church has never lied and or hidden anything like that whatsoever.
Oh, throwback to the 411 episode. So there was one that I was going to put in, but as I was reading, it was discovered that so he went missing from a Catholic boys camp in Colorado.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And they found his body at the top of Mount Meeker, like way away from and uphill from where the camp was.
Okay.
And came to find out this dude's dad was a priest or a counselor there, and like gave him a child's skull like 30 years ago, and he just brought it forward and was like, oh yeah, here you go. And they DNA tested it, and it was that kid that went missing.
I beg your finest of pardons.
It was a missing 411 case, and then it wasn't, because they found out that there was a lot of sexual and physical abuse. I mean, not by the Catholic priests, but
yeah, they would never. God, and he's like just gives it to him on his birthday. Hey man, I've been thinking about you.
It was on his deathbed.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I gave him the skull on his deathbed, and then
get fucked. That is rough.
Yeah, that kid with the hearing aids that went missing, he probably did get fucked.
We're moving on. We're moving right on. My God, that was a good fucking layup. I set you up beautifully for that, and that's rough.
Leave that in.
You're editing.
I'm fine with that.
Catholic priest, Father E. Albert Hughes was a Catholic priest based in Mount Rainier, Maryland.
Mount Rainier's in Washington.
There's two Mount Rainiers. So, mind you, this is still January of 49. So, in late February of 49, Hughes requested permission from the church to perform an exorcism. Now, for those that don't know, the Catholic Church goes through a rigorous process to ensure that an exorcism is required. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like vetting for strippers.
Except this one, not as meticulous, actually. They make sure that the patient in question or the possessed goes to a psychiatrist to make sure that it's not just a mental health situation. Okay, they send them to doctors to make sure that it's not a physical symptom. Then they do separate Catholics, I believe, or Catholics, separate priests to go in and make sure that they're all in accordance.
Yeah, I think they send in like 3 or 4 different priests to make sure that they all have the same conclusion.
Yeah. Because if any one of them's like, no, I really don't think this guy's possessed, then they go back to square one and get further help. They're like, so what are your reportings on the possession? What possession? What? What am I supposed to do here?
We were supposed
to do something?
Oh, you said exorcism. Oh man.
You seem to spit out blood. I thought you said circumcision. 3 of them back to back. Jesus.
Anyway.
This is a bad one. This is funny.
Sorry, I can't help myself.
That's what the priest said. Oh, fuck. We're going to get canceled.
Nah, people will laugh.
I hope so. So the church finally grants permission.
The Catholic Church are the white people of the world. It's okay to make jokes about them. Everyone will laugh.
As long as we acknowledge that they are pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We heard it here first, folks. The church finally is like, okay, cool. Everybody's in accordance. We've did everything we can do. This is clearly a thing of possession. You have our blessing. Do your thing. So, Hughes straps Hughes straps the hunk to the mattress and begins the rite. Ayo. During the exorcism, the hunk broke off a piece of the mattress spring and slashed Hughes across the shoulders, forcing the priest to stop. So homie hulks out. The hunk is the Hulk.
He hunks
out, dude. Shortly after, red scratches appeared on the hunk's body, forming the word Louis, or Louis, Louis. This prompted the family to travel to St. Louis, Missouri.
Jesus.
Where they had relatives. What a fucking stretch, right?
What could it mean? St. Louis, Missouri.
Like, not Louis, not Louis the Fifth, not a king.
Louis, St. Louis, Joseph Smith.
They're like St. Louis, Joseph Smith, two tablets, 2 towers, the airplanes. There's a second tower heading for the. It's like, what? They predicted 9/11.
The second tower.
The second tower. Oh man. So they go to St. Louis. Now, do you think homie gets slashed, right, by the spring? Do you think he should have stopped or just powered through it? Because this fails, obviously. This exorcism, no go.
I think through Christ, all things are possible. So
he should have fucked his shit up.
He should have fucking kept going.
Yeah. He should have gotten all fucking Randy Orton on his ass.
Yeah. Don't fuck it. He's strapped to the bed.
Well, he broke a piece off.
You keep going.
Stop it. You stop that. It was the fact that I saw it before it was too late.
You saw it in my eyes.
Yeah.
Hi. We're making fun of the Catholic Church. You're hungry.
Is there any chance you can wait until we finish recording? Oh, perfect. Cool.
I don't either.
Oh, neither do I. Oh, sweet. Great. You terrible human being. Now they were I believe Lutheran, the family, which is why they went for the Lutheran.
That's why it didn't work.
No wonder.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong.
Shoot.
Lutherans speak in tongue. Is it Methodists and Pentecostals?
It's either Methodists or Presbyterians.
I can't remember.
It's one of the two. Again, they have such little differences in what they believe in that.
Some of them bring out snakes, some don't.
Pentecostals do not bring out the snakes.
Oh, you're Pentecostal.
I was raised Pentecostal. I identify more with agnostic than anything.
What's that?
I'm
Catholic. We're not allowed to learn.
I'm Catholic. We're not allowed to learn outside of our own belief system. But agnostic just simply means that, like, I believe in a higher power, but I don't necessarily know which faith to believe in. I just believe that there's something bigger than me.
It's Christ. Just kidding. That one can stay.
That one's good. That one's good.
I'm just over here confused.
It's the
Christ.
Lord. That's so fucking funny.
All right. Anyway.
Oh man, but they're Lutheran, and actually, it's funny because you say, "Oh, well, that's why they didn't work out." If in your current faith, right?
Oh, fuck me.
If they're going through an exorcism, shit goes belly up for whatever reason. Would you start looking at answers?
Well, it depends on how he was tied. If he was belly up or not. Okay. Sorry. Would I start looking towards other faiths?
Yeah. I can't.
Potentially.
I watched everything slipping through our fingers.
Kidding.
This is like.
No, I've heard worse jokes on other podcasts, and they're fucking famous still. So.
Yeah, but how long ago was it? This is a different world we live in.
Just like a year ago.
Ah, fuck them.
Fuck them. As long as people know that we are not actually serious about.
I would fucking hope not. By the time that they listen, if you've gotten this far into our episodes and you think that we're anything but just joking pieces of shit, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
I can't take a lot seriously.
It's impossible. This life is we're not here to educate you.
There are only a few things in this life that make it good.
Me?
Sex.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Just kidding.
Communion.
Yeah, I fucking love communion, man. Little 5-year-old me getting shit-faced off that drink of wine.
So you guys actually did wine.
Yeah, ours
we
was wine.
got grape concentrate.
Actually, it's the blood of Christ. So, so sex, Dane Cook's old comedy skits, and the day that your children are born are the only things worth living for.
I never found Dane Cook that funny. I think he had a couple bits where I'm like, okay, funny. But as a whole,
I think he's a white funny.
That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably the same way.
You probably like Fluffy, though, right?
Again,
I can't remember his real name.
Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah, he's funny as shit.
He has his moments. Do you
like any comedians that aren't you?
So they end up going to St. Louis, Missouri. There are comedians that I like. I just can't think of their names right now.
What's that one?
I like Bill Burr.
What's the chubby blonde chick's name?
Ew.
I can't fucking
Amy
stand
Schumer?
her. Oh, I can't stand
No.
her. She's not fucking funny at
Nikki Glaser, fucking hilarious. Love Nikki Glaser. She's the one that did the roast.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
She is funny.
She's hilarious. No, there's a lot of great comedians out there that I enjoy. Didn't pick you up at all.
Good.
Yeah, but that's the problem. It's not. But anyways,
St. Louis.
so they get to St. Louis. The hunks arrive early March of 49. So mind, this is all within a 3-month time span so far.
Okay.
You know, this shit is not going on very long. They stayed with relatives on Roanoke Drive in the suburbs of Belle Noire.
I wonder how he was traveling down there. Was he a fucking shithead the whole time? Or they're like, hey, he's been pretty good. Do we really have
do
to
we
go
turn
through
back
this?
now? No, apparently he was still showing signs. He was still like ill, physically weak,
okay.
sweating, knees weak, arms were ready. There was vomit on his sweater already.
Mom's spaghetti.
No, but he was apparently not doing well.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it wasn't like Dr. Jekyll or Hyde where he would just switch it on or off. Like it was just all the way bad. But they met up with Father William Bowdern and Father Walter Halloran, 2 Jesuit priests from the St. Louis University who agreed to perform this new exorcism. They were assisted by several other priests and seminarians. So the exorcism begins. I apologize. The priests witnessed scratching on the hunk's body, appearing in real time, like, you know, while they were doing this. The violent mattress movements and objects flying across the room.
Scratching and violent mattress movements? Wow.
It sounds like my quinceañera all over again. Fun fact, quinceañeras, again, are only for
Girls.
the women,
Yeah.
so it's just great. It's great because everybody's like, wait, what?
Don't call them women. They're 16.
That's true, girls.
That's
You're right.
girl, yeah.
You're right. Also, I had somebody reach out to me, and they're a family friend. And
Were they trying to defend our whole stance on that 16-year-old?
No.
Okay.
Oh my God, what's up? And she's like, so I'm sitting here with some other friends, and they're where when a girl turns 16 in Mexican culture, the men in her family will turn her into a woman. Is that accurate? I'm like, in no fucking way, shape, or form is that accurate. What the fuck are you talking about? They're like, that's what I thought, but they keep insisting that that's what a quinceañera is for. I'm like, no.
It sounds like a Christian cult.
It sounds like a fucking, Westboro Baptist type shit. I was like, no, it's just celebrating that somebody's like a sweet 16, coming of age type thing. Like, see, that's what we thought, but they were so insistent, and we thought maybe they were right. I was like, no, in no fucking way.
The ignorance of some people.
So please stop being friends with them.
Yeah.
Especially because they were, according to...
Thanks for clearing that up for me, by the way.
You're welcome.
You didn't use my name. Just kidding.
You're welcome. No, but according to her, I don't remember how the conversation... It came up during Cards Against Humanity, of all things. But they weren't talking about it in a condoning way. They were talking about it in almost a... Like... Right, exactly. They weren't condemning it. They were almost condoning it. And I was like, yeah, you should get those people the fuck out of your house.
No, get them looked at.
That's fucking weird. Anyways.
They need Jesus.
They need fucking Jesus. They need an exorcism. But, so they witnessed all these things. The hunk also exhibited a pattern of behavior. Calm during the day, but violent and trance-like at night. So he was still weak during the day, but he was calm. What do you got?
Nothing.
Go on.
I'm just laughing.
Yeah,
I don't know why I'm laughing, but I'm laughing.
He would scream, curse, and speak in a guttural voice. An X appeared in scratches on the hunk's chest, which the priests interpreted as the number 10, possibly indicating that he was possessed by upwards of 10 demons. A pitchfork-shaped pattern of red lines moved from the hunk's thigh to his ankle. The hunk reacted violently to sacred objects such as crucifixes and holy water. I once witnessed a possession.
Uh-oh.
I once witnessed. So this was at the church that I grew up in, and this isn't something that I talk about often, actually. But my grandmother's brother, which makes him like my great uncle, I think.
Yeah.
He was the pastor of the church, and so I grew up with him and his kids, who are my cousins, uncles, whatever they are. And we were all around the same age, and they were pastors' kids, of course, so they were shitheads, still are. But I was part of the youth group, and one of our church members, they were like, "Hey, can y'all come pray for my daughter? Like she really needs Jesus, and I think something's wrong with her." And of course, my uncle, being the pastor, he's like, "Yeah, absolutely, we'll go pray for her." And she was younger, so he's like, "Hey, I want some of the youth to come with me, plus some adults, just to make sure that nobody ever has anything to say about it, right? Like, it's not going to be a one-on-one scenario here." So,
well, yeah, a pastor alone with a girl,
right,
also never
wrong,
comes bad. Things.
So we all go, and we go into this girl's room. I don't know how else to explain this, but you've ever walked into a room that's tense before you got there?
Yeah.
Like that thickness, that like
And
heaviness.
then I always usually just say something off the wall, and everyone gets even more uncomfortable.
You got to break it up. Yeah.
I'm like, damn, who fucking died in here?
So there was that level of just stuffiness in that room when we walked in. It was her bedroom.
Was it musty?
Yes, but not enough. But not in an odor sense.
Okay.
Like
just the air was heavy.
It was just fucking heavy. There was no other way to explain it.
I know what you mean.
And we go in there, and she's on the bed, and she how old is she? She's probably like she's like 9 or 10. And I'm like 12 or 13 at this point in time. and my cousin's a couple years older than me, and then there's everybody else. But anyways, she's like on the bed like starfishing, but she's kind of writhing, and like she's sweating, and she's just kind of like gnashing her teeth. And my uncle's like, "Oh shit, oh fuck." He's like, "All right, we're gonna pray for her." He's like, "Everybody, while I pray for her, like grab a limb, because we don't want her to like thrash and like hit one of us or something. So it's like just
hold her down."
Sure. So like I've got one of her legs like by the ankle. My cousin's got the other ankle, and her mom and her dad have got like an arm each. And they're not like pinning her down, but they're like just holding her up, like the way you would pray for somebody when you hold a part of their body. So like they're just holding her wrists.
Never done that.
It's a Pentecostal thing.
Oh, okay.
When you pray for somebody, you just like place your hands
usually
around them.
like when
Yeah, usually your priest pins both your arms over your head. Yeah.
No.
Oh, sorry.
My
bad.
When we pray, like at the Catholic Church, it's just this, eyes closed.
Oh yeah, when we pray over somebody, we place hands on them. Interesting. Very different.
Yeah.
Very okay.
That's weird. Okay.
So we're doing that, right? And he starts praying. He starts praying in Spanish, which I don't fucking understand that language. He starts praying in Spanish, and she starts getting violent. And then he starts speaking in tongues. When he starts speaking in tongues, that's when she just hulks out.
Okay, but the face you made wasn't a Hulk out face. It was an O face.
The demon was feeling something. So she starts thrashing. I've always been a big boy. I've always been heavy.
I've seen photos.
Yeah. Oh, from the Catholic priest. Yeah. So I've always been, which is weird because I didn't grow up Catholic. I don't know why he has those. But I've always been a big boy. I've always been heavy. I've always been, not incredibly strong, but strong. When I tell you that I could not keep this girl's leg down, and she could practically lift me off the ground from where she was thrashing about. And this went on for what felt like an hour. It was only a couple minutes, but he's praying, and she's gnashing teeth. She's shaking us. Bed's moving. The whole house feels like it's going to come apart. And he finishes praying, and he just like places the Bible on her head, and like he encourages the mom and dad to like hug her. And as soon as they do, it was like the air got sucked out of the room. Like
Jesus.
Like it felt that heaviness was gone, but more than that, like I could breathe comfortably. You know how when you breathe in like humid weather, that you don't feel like you can get a good breath?
Yeah.
Gone immediately. And like we were able to breathe, and this little girl who went from being like this gross yellowish color just looked fine, her hair was tangled and matted, sure, from Rashing around.
Through Christ, all things are possible.
Through Christ, all
her
things are possible.
Liver failure was cured. God damn, that's
it was
psychotic.
wild. It was weird because I remember like full underhooking her leg.
And you're like, you're holding her leg, and you're like, listen, I'm gonna be famous on TikTok one day. You stop.
Tap out, bitch.
This is gonna be the reason I'm famous. What am I gonna do? You
Said
said it in Spanish.
Venom. That's where we really got it from. I inspired him to rap. But yeah, no, possession shit is weird, dude.
Yeah.
You ever experienced anything like it? Seen anybody? Heard anybody?
I've heard.
You had a priest inside you?
No, I've never. I was a virgin altar boy.
Do you want to?
No.
Oh.
I'll
get ordained.
I have heard recordings of exorcisms.
Okay.
Where you can hear the priest say in English that it's a girl that they're like a young girl or a young woman that they're doing an exorcism on, but you hear the voice in the background. It's like and like growling at them and shit.
Mike Wazowski.
You forgot to turn in your paperwork. The priest is like,
always watching Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, it's super fucking creepy.
I can't imagine. I've only ever talked about that like once or twice because it gets buried in the back of my head, and then I'm like, oh yeah, there was that weird little chick. There was that weird moment where I think I saw the devil. I should probably talk about that at some point in therapy.
I'd keep that to myself.
Yeah. But on March 20th, 49. Now, mind you, where they took him, it's a hospital essentially.
Okay.
It's a ward. But on March 20th of 49, the hunk urinated on his bed and he began shouting and cursing at the priests. His parents decided to move him to the Alexian Brothers Hospital in St. Louis for further treatment. I don't know if I would put somebody in a hospital for something like this. This seems like I just wouldn't want to put that on the nurses. Like, this is so far beyond your pay grade, ma'am.
I mean, for the time period, I'm surprised they didn't just old yeller him.
Yeah, just lobotomize the poor kid and fucking put him in a ward where he gets to just drool on himself.
You've seen Old Yeller, right?
Yeah, they put him down. I get it.
With a gun.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for that.
Again, through Christ.
I thought they just fed him a bunch of chocolate. Also, I'm so sorry for ever threatening to feed Frodo chocolate.
I can't even remember.
I can't remember what the context was, but
I said I missed him. And you're like, anyone else you miss? And I'm like,
no, not really.
No.
And I was like, actively feeding him chocolate right now. Fun fact: a dog has to eat half his body weight in chocolate for it to be lethal.
Immediately, yes.
Yeah,
It can cause cancer later on.
Yeah, but I mean, the fucking M&M's not gonna hurt him, right? Right? I've been feeding him something. Hey, right?
Right? He'll be okay.
He'll be okay, right? Hey, I can't have this on my conscience, man.
He should be fine.
He'll be fine. Yeah, like the Nutella he licks off my asshole. It's fine, right? Why do you think you guys run out so often?
I don't know, because I don't eat the Nutella.
There's
I
a
eat
reason
the peanut
for
butter.
it. Exactly. I like it because I'm also slightly allergic.
Peanut butter whore.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm a huge slut for peanut butter.
Do you prefer chunky or smooth?
Both. I don't
Really?
give a fuck. I just love peanut butter.
I don't give a fuck what kind of peanut butter it is. Put it in my mouth.
Give it to me.
Do you have a preference in brand or anything?
No. Just peanut butter.
Just. I think you're secretly a dog. Like,
I just fucking love peanut butter, dude.
How much do you love it?
A lot.
Like,
I'd fuck it.
so like if somebody had peanut butter on their balls.
No.
Just somebody. I don't know who.
If somebody.
But if you woke up with a nutsack dangling in your face with peanut butter on it, you wouldn't.
No. I don't love it that much.
You wouldn't try to get.
I'd tell them to move, and I'd go to my jar to make sure it wasn't from my jar, and then I would eat my peanut butter.
You wouldn't see how many licks it takes to get to the center of that Tootsie Pop? No. All right, coward.
I'm so glad I'm not allergic to peanut butter.
Oh God, what a fucking life that would be.
Yeah, I bet it fucking sucks.
Well, not just that, but then everybody would have to keep peanuts and peanut butter away from you. Period.
Oh, I know. That'd be sad.
Like, I'd imagine, what an inconvenience to have people around you that are allergic. Grow up.
Seriously. There was a girl in my second grade class that was allergic to peanut butter, and we weren't allowed to have it in class anymore.
Why should we suffer for the one person?
For the one person that could potentially die? Grow up.
Grow up.
Eat the fucking peanut butter.
Microdose and build an immunity.
Well, it's like people, like grown humans that don't like onions on like their tacos or their sandwiches or their burgers.
Tomatoes or cheese.
I like cheese. The only
lettuce.
thing
I'm talking about your wife.
Right. I will eat tomato if it's on a burger or sandwich, but I will not eat tomato alone.
Oh, see, I'll fuck up a tomato by itself, dude. A little bit of salt.
No.
Oof.
No.
Oof. So, but because you like pico de gallo.
Yeah.
You like salsas.
Oh, yeah.
You like marineras. You like everything with tomato in it.
Ketchup.
Okay, but you don't like just a raw tomato.
No.
Okay, that's fair.
I think it's the
texture, the squish
of it. Yeah.
You get it.
Like, I like the taste when, like I said, when it's on a burger or a sandwich. I like that additive flavor.
You like it mixed. You like the accent with other things, but yeah.
But just it alone is kind of.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You like avocados by themselves?
Oh, I fucking love avocados,
really?
dude. My mom, we cut up an avocado in Hawaii, and all she did was put like garlic powder, salt, and pepper on it, and we just fucking.
Were they bigger over there?
Oh, they're huge.
Yeah, Mexican avocados are like the size of my fucking chest. It's a big chest, yeah. Yeah. It's like one titty's worth.
One titty's worth of avocado.
It's fucking, yeah, it's crazy. But I didn't know that about you. Yeah. Like, I'll shit on her because I always think it's the weirdest thing to like just have everything plain with Lacey.
Yeah.
That's wild to me.
Well, she doesn't like the food that her food eats. So I understand.
I don't understand that.
I'm just kidding.
Because I love a Caesar salad.
Oh, so good.
Like a Caesar salad with some fresh Parmesan.
See, she'll eat a salad.
But she won't eat that shit on top of a taco?
But she only likes ranch on her salads. No tomatoes.
That's not a...
She just likes like the lettuce, croutons, and ranch. And some cheese.
No bacon, no hard-boiled eggs,
sure she'd have bacon.
No avocado.
No, she doesn't like avocado.
That's crazy.
She always says she wishes she does, but she doesn't like it.
Yeah, you can. Just eat it. There's no wishing. Just do it.
Do it!
That's wild.
Yeah.
I love avocado so much.
Me too. They're so good.
Yeah.
And they're good for you.
They're very good for you. Well, to an extent. Like, obviously, if you have too many of them. I love putting half an avocado...
Can you imagine overdosing on avocado?
God. I wonder how many it would take. I know that if you eat, like, 280 bananas at once, the radioactivity will kill you.
If the potassium doesn't kill you first, holy fuck.
Or the fact that you just ate 280 bananas in one sitting. But yeah, they're radioactive, which is wild to me.
Some women, you could imagine, could probably...
All right.
Honk.
Okay.
Just one after another.
April 18th, 1949.
Okay, so another month goes by.
Now it's been 4 months. The Monday after Easter, the hunk awoke with seizures and shouted that Satan would always be with him.
Attaboy.
The priest laid holy relics, crucifixes, medals, and rosaries on the hunk. At 10:45 p.m., the priests invoked Saint Michael to expel Satan from the hunk's body. 7 minutes later, the hunk came out of his trance and said, "He is gone." He recounted a vision of Saint Michael defeating Satan on a great battlefield. After that, the supernatural phenomena ceased, and the hunk returned to a very normal life where they moved back to the East Coast. He, like I said, he married, started a family, named his first son Michael after Saint Michael.
Took us to the moon.
Took us to the moon after making a deal with the devil. The room at the Alexian Brothers Hospital was boarded up and sealed.
Wow. I have a Saint Michael tattoo.
Do you?
Yeah, my big one, the one on my shoulder.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, it's Saint Michael sending Satan to hell.
Oh. Stupid. So the hospital was... The hospital was later torn down in 1978. The hunk's home in Cottage City, Maryland, was abandoned in the 60s and is now an empty lot. So what do you think?
That could have been a museum.
100% should have been a museum. Do you think that this boy was possessed? Given multiple priests, multiple different counts of the possession, the moving objects, the scars on his body. You think he went through it, or do you think it was just
Yeah,
modern
I believe
medicine?
in that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I do believe in exorcism.
You believe in that, but you don't believe in equal rights. That's wild, huh?
What?
I don't know. I just felt like throwing that out there for a second there. See if you take the bait. Just out you as a fucking misogynist.
God damn. No, and women, don't thank me for my service. That was horrible cutting on.
It was terrible editing on my end. I apologize so much.
I was listening to it and it's like, hey women, and then it skipped right to thank me for my service. I'm like,
That's so funny.
Fuck.
I tried because I could have sworn I cut the "Hey woman" out. I must have cut it and not deleted it because Riverside was being a fucking nightmare that day. So
That's hilarious.
That's on me. But no, he's not a misogynist. In fact, he even married a woman. And he allows her to do his dishes and cook for him.
She owns her own company.
He allows her to own her own company. Was that something a misogynist would do? I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
But yeah, no, he likes girls. So.
I believe in this kind of stuff. So yes, I do think he went through it.
Okay.
There are some that I will just blatantly call bullshit on,
Sure.
especially if it
Ed and
involves
Lorraine.
Ed and Lorraine.
Which it's coming. That one's just a lot of information to compile.
I'm so excited for that one.
It's a lot of
even
information.
Fucking funny. Like,
That's probably going to be a 2 or 3 parter, honestly.
that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I don't even care if we go through like their highest end fucking go throughs. Like,
I'm still just barely scratching like the beginning of their careers.
yeah.
Yeah.
So totally fine with me. Like, oh, I'm a self-taught demonologist. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
man.
You didn't have YouTube back then. How'd you fucking learn?
Yeah. You can't learn
You
shit.
can't learn shit. You
Um,
didn't have TikTok. Where'd you learn this?
Yeah. I think a lot like Zach Bagans goes through it sometimes
Sure.
on Ghost Adventures. I think this guy went through it.
I don't think every
They're mocking the Trinity.
I don't think every possession that is recorded is a true possession
I don't either.
by any means, but I do
Especially
think
nowadays.
possessions can happen.
Yeah. Nowadays, it's harder to believe, but if the church is that involved, then yes, I'm like,
If the
okay.
church gets that messy with it, and again, they've only gotten better as medicine has improved. They've been able to determine, oh, like this is bipolar disorder, or this is,
Yes.
X and
I
Y
mean,
and Z.
schizophrenia could have probably account for quite a few.
Sure, there's a lot of
'Cause-
psychosis.
Yeah,
and-
back then, like they talk in different. A lot of people like multiple personality. They talk
TID.
in different voices. So
I have this mutual, and they are
plural.
super cool. Well,
Because-
they have over, I think, 23 different personalities.
Oh shit.
I could be wrong. I don't want to misquote them. It's been a while since I've looked into that side of them, but yeah, watching, and they've done interviews on.
Well, I've told
on
you
TV
about
and everything.
the. I won't out her name, but she's a transient woman here in town.
Oh,
and
Megan.
No, and I've had to kick her out of the hotel
Oh,
quite
yeah,
a few
yeah.
times. But like sometimes I'd meet her and she's her real name, and sometimes I meet her
That's right.
and she's Jared, which is this little kid, and she sits there and plays with Hot Wheels, and I'm like, hey, so and so, like you have to go.
Yeah.
Oh, so and so's not here, but I'm Jared. What can I do for you? I'm like, oh, you can't be here unless you're a guest. Oh, okay. Can I take my Hot Wheels with me? All like happy and giddy. I'm like, yeah.
It's interesting seeing the shift and seeing that they're aware of each other and share space.
It's literally like multiple people in one body, and it's very creepy because their voice sounds completely different.
So,
like sounded like a little kid. It was horrifying.
So for them, they are physically female, but some of the different personalities that they have will differ in male, female.
Yeah.
When they're, I don't want to call them their default because I don't know what the right term is, but when they're their most genuine self,
Who they're supposed to
who they're
be.
supposed to be, I
Yeah.
guess, their dominant personality, femme, cutesy, soft voice. They have this one personality that's male, and you can see the body shift, like their posture, their stance, just all changes, and even the person that comes through is usually, oh, we're dressed like this again. God, I'm uncomfortable. Like, I don't really like wearing dresses, but this is what they like, and I just got to deal with it. This is their body.
Yeah.
And so watching that is kind of interesting to see how they all cohabitate. But yeah, with the advancement of science and medicine, it is now less likely that a case would be taken on that's not fully vetted and fully considered to be a possession. But, and then of course, this gentleman, like I said, he inspired The Exorcist, which was, of course, written by William Peter Blatty, a Georgetown University student who heard about the case and later wrote the novel The Exorcist. He did take some liberties with it. He changed the names. He changed it to a girl.
Yeah, totally fine.
The puking, the head turning, obviously those were exaggerated for the film. Yeah. But the movie was released in 1973. Huge phenomena. I mean,
it's a great movie.
Skeptics argued that the hunk's behavior could be explained by psychological or neurological conditions, but again, we've been over that. The church got so involved.
They stopped.
Right, and not just that. The church made sure to get him medical help before they ever attempted spiritual help.
And just the fact that he was better afterwards, and he went on to live a fulfilling life, is proving that it wasn't mental health.
And not just that, the fact that the priests were like, no, we watched his skin get carved in real time while he was under possession. Like, that alone should be enough. When 5 people see X's appear on a dude's body, you kind of pay attention, But yeah, that's the guy, the man, the myth, the legend who took us to the moon and sold the moon to the devil.
And that's why we've never been back.
Yeah, the devil lives on the moon. Oh, God. We hear a knock on the door. It's him.
It's him.
But, yeah, man, hopefully you learned a little something from this guy.
Yeah, I did.
And The Exorcist. That was a fun little read for me, too, because I only knew what I saw in the book. Or in the movie, sorry. I never read the book. I only ever saw the movie. And I thought, much like you, that this was inspired by Emily Rose.
See, that's what I thought, but then when I actually thought about it, there's a whole movie called The Exorcism of Emily Rose. So
right.
I don't
know. I don't know what that one's based off of. I think it's based off of a real girl as well, but it's a whole different set of circumstances.
Yeah, I think the names are changed.
Yeah, so I'll have to check it out. But fuck. Thanks for checking us out, folks. At the time of this recording, we are hopefully ready to launch our members site with merch and other fun stuff. Keep an eye out for that. We'll have a big old thing on it in our Instagram, which is where you can get most of our news and updates. But anything else we got going on coming up anytime soon?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, in that case,
just heading back over to the serial killer route.
You're going to go back serial killers. I'm going to stick to hauntings and cryptids for a little bit, just as palate cleansers between everything.
Robert Pinkton, can't remember his last name. He's from Canada, the pig farm serial killer guy.
Oh, I don't know about that guy.
Yeah, that's who I'm doing, so.
Okay, well, I'm excited for that one.
Keep an eye out for that next week on Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Balls across your face. All right, thanks for hearing, guys. Don't forget to leave a like, a review, share with your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, unless he drowned. Love you guys.
God damn.
Sorry.
All right, stay spooky, guys.
Yeah, go fuck yourselves.